Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing magnificent. I know that I am. I just wanted to come to you guys this morning and talk about something that I've been living with for a very long time, and it plagues me day in and day out. And I just felt like I need to talk about it. Excuse me, you guys. It's early morning. My allergies are trying to act up, and you know how it is. So my voice is kind of it's shaking all over the place, and it's mainly in this side. I can hear it, so I'm gonna try to speak from this side. Pardon me, you guys. Oh, that sounds worse because now it's in the center. Okay. I have been fighting some illnesses, and it's been years. I've been fighting them to the point that I have become depressed. I used to have an active life. I would feel ill every now and again, and not knowing what it was, I'd have to lay down, take naps, and at times my heart would feel as if it was stuck, and I would just have to lay still. And when you're young and the doctors can't find anything physically wrong with you through your blood, or they can't see anything that's happening, the first thing they think that it's in your mind. And so in my lifetime, I have been to many psychiatrists because it was supposed to be all in my head. The pain that I was suffering. It wasn't until the very late 90s that, well, let's back up some. I always knew that I had a heart murmur, and the way the doctors talk to you is like a heart murmur doesn't cause problems. It can. It really can. But in the late 90s, I found a doctor who diagnosed me. And after he diagnosed me, he retired. So there I was with the diagnosis and not knowing just exactly what was going on with my body. I had no clue. And I just knew that I felt exhausted all the time. I was in pain all the time. And some days I couldn't get out of the bed. So after he diagnosed me and he retired, I was just left out there dangling. He had a doctor to replace him, and the doctor never, addressed what was going on with me. So I was told there's this black female doctor and that she was great and I should, transfer over to her and start seeing her and everything. And I did. And she never mentioned my illness, even though she had my records and everything. Whenever I told her I was in pain, hydrocodone had become popular then. And the first thing she did was write me out a prescription. I could go to her 3 times out of the week because the prescription was only getting me high and it was making me sleep. I couldn't function. I couldn't take care of my children. And I told her I didn't want to take any more pills, that I needed to know what was going on with me. So I stopped the hydrocodone. And I'm grateful that I didn't get addictive, because I found out that a lot of people did get addictive. It did cause some damage to my heart, which I didn't need because I already had a heart murmur. Anyway, my husband's co-worker's wife was seeing a doctor, and my husband was talking to his co-worker about my ailments and everything, and how I wasn't able to always get up and cook and clean, and how it was affecting me at work. And, some days I'd get up and try to get ready for work and find myself on the bed in pain as I'm trying to get dressed, not being able to move at all. And I had my children, and not knowing that having children was causing trauma to my body because of my ailment. And it had gotten so bad till in 2005, my husband went away to work. He was out in California, and I was there with the children. I had a newborn. I'm sorry, that was 2000. 2000, I'm sorry. I had a newborn, and I woke up one morning and literally could not move. Couldn't move. I had 2 other children to take care of and a newborn. And I couldn't move. So my boys were like 5 and 3 at the time. So I was able to tell them that I needed to get to the kitchen to try to take care of them and the baby. And I don't have any family. I didn't, and I still don't have any family that lives nearby. So not sure how reliable they would have been, but anyway. My boys grabbed the sheets and literally pulled me to the floor, dragged me down the hall into the kitchen, and I still couldn't move. It was so humiliating that my boys had to put a bedpan under me, and it's a good thing that I had one. I had one from the hospital, and literally take care of me and take care of the newborn, my daughter. Only thing I could do was talk to them from the floor. And, they brought her in the kitchen with the cradle. I couldn't breastfeed her. So they were pumping for me and feeding her, changing her, doing everything. And it was like insanity. And I had to talk to them how to cook. But I was afraid for them on the stovetop. So I taught them in the oven, things that they could make in the oven. And this went on for days. My children bathing me on the floor. My 5 and 3-year-old bathing me from the floor. And everything that I did, body functions, they had to clean. And over the years, it happened on several occasions. So I'm grateful for my children. There's nothing I wouldn't do for them. Not just because of that, but because I love them with everything that I have inside of me. So anyway, fast forward, I think it's 2003. My husband and his co-workers talking. He mentions this doctor. And I go, what could be worse? Let me, give it a shot. And I did. And I'm still with that doctor today, 17 years later. But when I walked in, I had an appointment, but, I didn't make it to the appointment. It was too far off. And I woke up in the middle of the night, and I could not stand. I was trying to get to the restroom. Only thing I could do was pat my husband and wake him up. And he went to touch me, and he says, your whole body is trembling. Every nerve in my body, every muscle in my body was doing its own thing. So later that morning, he took me straight away to the doctor, and he did see me. He took me as a walk-in, and he did see me. And he says, I have to do this test on you. He didn't have my records or anything. He says, I have to do this test on you. And he hit me in my pressure points. And as he hit me in my pressure points, I went completely down. Mind you, I was sitting down. I went completely down, almost to the floor. They had to catch me. And so he says, I'm sorry, but I really have to do this test. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. I had some blood work done and everything. Same blood work that I had done over the years that nobody could tell me that I also suffered from sickle cell disease. So I was having major crises and didn't know anything about it. And I always knew that I had sickle cell trait because that's what I was told, but never sickle cell disease. And so I suffered in pain and agony for years. And I was so grateful to find him. And he has been wonderful, not only to me, but to my whole entire family. So I deal with this pain daily, and I won't take any medications for it. I was offered methadone, more hydrocodone. Over the years, I was offered all kinds of pain medication. My body doesn't do well with pain medication. And honestly, pain medication does not help the pain. It masks it. And you're so high and you're so drowsy and you're so sleepy that you can't function. And I'm not the type of person that wants to be addicted to anything. And so I don't take it. People were saying you could smoke medicinal marijuana, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going, no, thank you. No, thank you. I will deal with this. I suffer from the worst headaches in the world. I kid you not. Sometimes I can't lift my head off my bed. So the days that I'm able to get up and do anything, I am extremely grateful. I'm always in pain. My mind does not know how to, allow me to know that I am not in, like how can I explain this? It's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult to explain. My brain doesn't know how to turn off pain is what I should say. So even when I'm not in severe pain, I am in low-grade pain. I suffer from sleep apnea. I don't get into, I believe, what it's called is alpha realm, which is deep sleep. If I try to get there, my body will jerk and kick, and I have restless leg syndrome. I'm going through a lot now that I have menopause, and it's just adding to my condition. And so when you guys see me up and I'm smiling, know that I may not be feeling my best, but I'm not going to lay there and just suffer through the pain. I'm going to get up and I'm going to move my muscles. Back in 2007, they thought I had 2008. I went back to school in 2007 to finish up my degree. It didn't happen because January 2008, I go strutting in, and I'm thinking I'm okay and everything. I get to the building where my classes are, and I remember opening the double doors, seeing the light, and waking up days later in the hospital. They thought that I had a heart attack. What had happened was fibromyalgia had attacked my heart, and they weren't sure. I was being monitored and everything, and I'm grateful that it wasn't a heart attack, but it sure was feeling like it. So along with fibromyalgia can turn into many things because your body is constantly in pain. And I've known people who have fibromyalgia, and it's turned to lupus or MS. The majority of us with fibromyalgia suffer from irritable bowel syndrome, acid reflux, headaches, just migraines, even cluster headaches. Have problems with vision, our teeth. So it causes depression. But of course your body would be depressed when it's constantly in pain, you know. So I deal with a lot of stress and a lot of depression, manic depression, and bipolarism. You know, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real. And so there's something else, but I won't mention that. But it is an uphill journey. It has gotten so bad to the point that my doctors, I've had several doctors, and I mean really experts, going to see specialists and everything, including my doctor. And I was told that I could not work. I shouldn't work because it adds more stress to my body. And at times, some of my body parts feel as if they're broken. I can't lie to you. And I swell. I don't just swell on the outside, I also swell on the inside. So, and that's pretty dangerous when you're swelling on the inside. Right now, my goal is to lose some weight because I picked up some weight during the quarantine, and I actually picked up some weight before then, but during the quarantine mainly. And the thing is, I'm not really eating much at all. Sometimes I only have one meal a day. I drink a lot of water, but I'm told with menopause, it packs in the tummy, and it's really hard to get off. So I walk sometimes. I work out when I can. And I'm just making this video because I want to encourage anybody that has an illness, a disease, something that's incurable and that attacks your immune system, something that attacks your body, to keep your head up. Keep your head up, okay? I'm not going to tell you not to take medication. That's just what I do. You do what works best for you. I just want to encourage you. And I always tell myself that better days are ahead and that I'm going through this so that I can help somebody else. And today I'm coming to you guys to try to help you, at least encourage you. You don't have to lay in the bed. Get up, move around. If you can't do anything but walk from your bedroom to your kitchen, from your bedroom to your bathroom, get up and move. Keep your blood circulating. Keep your muscles going. Don't just lay there. You have to get up. You have to move. So with that said, in my little short story ending, I just wanted to wish you guys a lot of love, a lot of peace, a lot of happiness. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, hump day. All right, you guys, I love you. Peace.